Amazing doesn't even describe it.
Again.
Actually, one of the things that I value the most is that it was just beyond being on stage. Now, being able to even have conversations with a man really helps me grow in so many ways. He's one of the guys that tell you exactly what he feels, what he thinks, doesn't compromise. He's serious about what he does, and he's very, very strict. So now he's one of the guys that has influenced the growth Yami as well on the admin, because he's also the director of Solistic Music. He's actually the owner of the company that manages him. So there's a lot of things that I've learned from him, and being on stage with him really, I think it was one of the highlights of my career. And actually, not just being on stage with him, but actually playing back to back with him was amazing. Yeah.
But it's impressive. Like, and you can, his the work ethic as well. You can actually see it. It comes out in front of
Yeah, that guy doesn't play. That guy doesn't play. He's just what you see.
Yeah.
And he's one of the people that I usually make an example of every time I talk about the issue with the hard work place.
Yeah.
He's not where he is by mere luck. Yeah. Like we have seen him push up to where he is. So now we inspiration of some sort. Like every time he does something, you feel like I know he has reached his limit.
Mm-hmm.
And now when he comes up with something else and you're thinking, oh wow, like really?
Yeah. So, I guess that's another getting on to another question as well. What is your process? Do you have a process of some coming up with ideas or concepts per se? Do you actually go on some people have rituals, for instance, you go underwater, meditate. Do you have like a creative process of sorts? If so, share or do share.
That's when I'm going to play.
Yeah. Or either going to play or coming up.
Just for creativity.
Yeah.
For creativity, okay, I've taught myself to just sometimes in game need to shut down everything else and just be in my space, where it's just going to be me. And although I haven't done much of that lately because of so much that has been happening in the company is still new and it's growing. So now, basically, when it comes to playing, I'm not the kind of person that will sit and meditate or something. Yes, I do try and plan for what's okay, maybe understanding the kind of crowd that I'm going to play for. When I will plan, so this is how I will, this is the route I'm going to take. But half the time, I usually prefer reading the crowd and actually dealing with whatever is in front of me when I see it. Because sometimes I've done it before. This is my set, this is what I'm gonna play. And when you get there, it really goes south.
Exactly. Different reception because you can't really forecast how people react to the crowd.
Okay, we have Swazi Denzel. Also, Unleashed was such a dope show, a benchmark even. When can we expect another production that's on that level from Platinum Concert?
Very soon. Very soon. I'm saying very soon. I can't really give a date for another production at that level because I must state, such productions are not easy to actually put together, and they can be very expensive to put together. So at the same time, we do not want to do it just for the sake of doing it. We want to do it because it has to be done. Hence, we were, like I said earlier, we were so excited and proud to have been involved with Mosaics now here. And now who Unleashed, the good part about it was that even the concept, it was a concept that we sat down and discussed internally, since KDC is one of the guys that we work with internally, and up to the execution, everything that got to be done. So a production, the final expected anytime soon, but it will also be determined by in need. Yeah.
Okay, we have Mandy Genenza. Uti, thank you, Kali, for being an amazing person. God bless you with many more speakers and lights. You always come through for us artists with equipment. Some pay you and some pay you and pretend they pay you.
Well, I appreciate the recognition, Leo. But like I said, as much as I got into the business because I need to make money and feed my family eventually, but also there is the passion of seeing the arts grow. Because I believe the investment into the arts yield the returns for us as a company. Because if the arts is positioned in a way say level recognized that, then we expect those people to come back to us whenever they need Lama services.
Okay, we have Chila Nati. If I may ask, does Platinum Concerts also touch on other sectors of the entertainment industry, such as fashion, art, crafts, etc.? Because all entertainment companies in Eswatini focus on the same thing.
No, we do not focus on the other sectors. I cannot rule out a possibility of eventually doing that, but at the moment, we would like to focus on what we feel like we are experienced in, because it helps us understand. Because now, then it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit tricky.
Right.
Okay, we have CSA Mamba, Black Coffee. Well, that's great. But did you know that you and him look alike? Basically, you are our Swazi Black Coffee.
Well, people have said that a lot, but I struggle to see the resemblance. People have said that a lot, but I struggle to see the resemblance. Maybe a couple of years ago when I was still a size 30, because I am from there right now.
Mandy Uti, yes, he is the Swazi Black Coffee. Oh, yes, he is the Swazi Black Coffee, Baba. He has classes like him. Also, Ushaimba Manjenga,
Okay. We kind of expected that.
Really?
And CSA yes, you're right. And then we have I am Waslika Uti Ushatani Putapele.
Yes. When the need arises, when the time is right.
Oh yes.
When the need arises, when the time is right. Yeah, hey, half the time we are pressured into these things by society. Yeah. But when the time is right, definitely I will. It could be tomorrow, it could be 10 years from now.
And we had, I guess, touched on the entire journey and the lights. You mentioned with it was okay, it was obviously something that you, I wouldn't say stumbled upon, but then you figured, hey, I actually like doing this. Let me get paid while I'm doing
it. Yeah.
Any piece of advice I guess you'd give the youth as well, based on your journey and your experiences, like if someone is struggling on, we, like you mentioned, not all of us can do the 9-to-5 situation. We need people who are going to be interns, come up with ideas, be in the art industry and the likes and different things, but not specifically the whole 9-to-5 situation. How would you help, I guess, the youth per se, in 3 points, let's say? What do you need to know deep inside to make the decision? Yeah.
Number one, don't be influenced by what others are doing. Get in touch with you. Try by all means in what you do, because if you try to duplicate what some other people are doing, chances are you can never be better than someone who is passionate about it. So find your passion. Basically, so make the best of it. There's power in being you and maximizing the best you can in being you. So that's it. And then the issue of education is also important. I usually make this example when I'm talking to some of the people that I work with, the employees at Platinum. Education has a very, very direct influence in your thinking. We may be doing the same job, getting paid the same amount of money. But your education yakho iba nayo le ndlela yokuthi kuvule ingqondo. I'm not saying if you are less educated, then you cannot perform to the same level as other people, but to some extent, yes. Sometimes I feel like one of the things that have helped me to grow in this industry is the fact that I happened to have a chance to go to school and able, because okay, I went to school, I did commerce, yes, but in the entertainment industry, but how best can I monetize whatever I can? It's something the influence on education.
I guess it's a matter of deviation from, it helps you, I won't say deviate per se, but the way you look at things, the scope of, for instance, you can do the same thing, but then if you have like background or some form of knowledge, the way you'll approach it, the time frame it will actually take you to do a task. And someone will take 4 hours, will take an hour. Your productivity helps, and less frustrations as well.
Yeah, it's less frustrations. Yeah. It's less frustrations. But key point: be you.
Exactly.
Be the best you.
Of course.
From CSA Mama, what advice would you give to young people like me who have the passion of being DJs or wish to have an influence in the entertainment industry?
By the way, CSA is my nephew.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm challenged to go to school. He's actually overseas. He's tertiary. Asuqeda isikolo mshana bese uyabuya stop bona. Iplan ihambi ithini. But basically, at the end of it all, like I said, it goes back to get in touch with your inner self, find your passion, and make the best of it. And then also, do not close your eyes on what other possibilities are there out there. But take more risks, what are calculated, and make the best of them.
Okay, we have Nasimelane Uti. In this industry, may I ask how you deal with such?
Well, I wouldn't say I haven't experienced it, but I would proudly say I haven't focused on it. Because if the moment you focus on the negative, it gives you negative energy as well. You can't so much focus on what you can do to move on. Now, the low focus, he could be focusing that energy and saying, I improve it.
Exactly.
So, look, him focusing on get a chance to maximize in being a better person. So just focus on you and do the best you can at surpass anything that may come your way. Challenges are there everywhere, and sometimes half the time we accuse people of what's best in the day, yet it's just in our heads. And the moment you put it in your head, already say you affect productivity.
How you start approaching things
so defensive, instead of actually maximizing on the potential living. Forget about people like find a way out of it.
I've always actually had this whole perception here. We always refer to safety and the like. Safety isn't actually safe. I don't know if that makes sense. But to a certain degree, I feel like if you're comfortable, there could be need. You need to feel pressure builds down this kind of situation. And we always, how can I shift towards, as long as I'm cool with everyone in my environment is calm, and then I'm good. That then avoids the streak of growing. I think you need to be comfortable and you need to know sometimes, things will not go your way. Yeah. Take risks, jump. The unknown is part of the beauty of the journey. I guess you can actually attest to that as well.
Yeah. Yes. And also the issue if you make the best of what you do and people can see, would say no, so no matter how much I can try, at the end of it all, the work will just speak for itself.
Okay, it's in Nosmilane. Thank you, Poti. And then there's Candy MT. But as Nosimilane has said, advise Amaswati bayekele umona, especially in the arts industry. Ban ungcono kunabanye.
Well, maybe yes, ngasho ukuthi abawuyekele lo mona, but also nalabantu labala the arts industry abayekele focus abantu labanemona. Because that's the moment you focus on it's where you're actually giving them the power over you. And just got to focus on you and what best you can do for yourself. Then, yeah, no matter how much jealousy they can have out there. And like I said earlier, I'll say it again. As cutting this name, you are thinking Banjbanemona, yet it's in your head. A little bit of I usually have issues discussing this with some of the people that I work with in the arts industry. Is an issue half the time we have told ourselves as talented individuals, just because we are talented, then it warrants a brand value here. That's not what people pay for.
Yeah.
People don't pay for your talent; they pay for brand. So talent will only sustain brand value, but brand is the perception of people. So now work on building that perception. Let our positive. Let our appreciate, and then basically the talent yakhona sustain, because the talent is supported ukuthi cha lo muntu vele ungiyo lento lesimpressive outside. But now I beg is now to focus on money. Yeah, because it's limited half the time. I just have to be paid 15,000 because I've been in the game for more than 10 years. But now, what have I done to deserve low 15,000? How have I configured? Because I don't have to tell you I deserve 15,000. Yeah. I need to show you I deserve 15,000.
Actually, speak louder than words. As much as I appreciate. We've got one.
So it's easy to then say, but you are not doing the right things.
Sure. We've got one from King Shaga. He's like, what separates you from the rest of the DJs? That's it.
Yeah. I believe it's a couple of things. Like I said earlier, I'm one of the people that in my career of DJing, focus hasn't only been in collecting new music, what's new and stuff like that. Yes, I do follow. I do try to follow what's there, what's new. But focus is cutting this name. What are the people looking for? One. Number two, yes, I cannot then depend on what the people are looking for, but how can I introduce what I have to the people who accept, who appreciate, even though it's not what they are used to. That's number two. Then number three, looking for the gaps. That has always been my strongest point, looking for the gaps. Yeah, because at some point I was known as one of the old school DJs, and the sole reason for that, I try to play everything I can. I cannot say I've mastered everything, but I try to play everything from house, hip hop, and old school. But the reason why the focus was too much on the old school was because everyone else was focusing on what's new. And there was that market of people that was getting neglected so much that you wouldn't even find them going out to events because they know now they figured the event. Nothing against drum, nothing against hip hop, nothing against what. But now, let's concentrate on then who is taking care of Labandabatsa?
Another thing, I guess, it actually you have a better chance of having more of an impact when you capture people's feelings, because old school gives you that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah, it actually takes you back.
You feel something and you tap into the audience.
And that time, that time, I was thinking the other day, when we got into the industry, the nightlife at the time, people would go out to have fun, and fun they had. The time, what's now Pumile, like, well, Bobuya bandlini usho ukuthi while I had one hell of a good time. So now imagine giving those people Leo memory.
You can't. It's a feeling.
Great. Not to
Not
say though we should neglect what's
Of
new.
course, of
Yes,
course,
of course.
but-
Let's do that. But now get in touch with the people. Music is an issue of emotion.
exactly.
Uthi Sizwe Lwethu, that sense right there, man. And then uthi Nosimelane, Yekhulekani. Liqiniso lithi Eswatini is a very small country. If word goes out about Khulekani ukuthi ningamfaki kuma-shows, kuvele kube njalo.
And yeah, that's when you then do your own shows.
I think this actually touches on the part of the era we're in as well. I feel like if you look at the voyage or the journey of music and the arts in general, how back in the day, if you're an artist, you needed like your A&Rs, you needed like a record label. Now it's been
Everything
you
is
are your
being
own.
accepted. As long as you have a smartphone.
You know what I mean?
But yes, I'm full of something I think it's not there. Yeah.
But
Maybe it is there. I'm one of the people that hasn't really. I'm not gonna say I haven't experienced it, but I always try by all means not to focus on it because I do not want it giving me negative energy. And one of the reasons why I started doing my own shows was that I wanted to create a platform and market for myself, for what I have to offer, because we can't always be waiting for people to hire us. Because every time people hire you, they will detect. We'll see how should you do what what you are there to do. Unless you have built your brand and say they cannot do without you, then that's a different case. But now people are not making those, like as it is, like I said, we sat down with artists and we've been doing shows with artists. Case in point, we have one of the most successful showcases in the MTN Rhymes and Laughter, which was basically a concept that came about, I think back in, was it 2015 or 2016, LOL, which was basically a talent search for comedians. It went through, it was amazing. And then for a while, there was nothing about comedy, local comedy, like for a long while, I think almost a year, like it was quiet. That's when we came together with the likes of Kedesi and we had to say something came out of those people. Yes, then
But
also we identified.
I actually feel like that one show, and this could be giving it, I guess, being overzealous and giving it too much emphasis, but that was actually the inception of the whole comedy, because that's when your infamous one of our favorite guys is Gian.
Yes, Gian.
Yeah, and the likes actually were birthed out of that whole.
Actually, Kiani was there before the LOL, because I remember at some point I was managing Mavuso Sports Cafe. I think back in about 2012, 2013, 2011, 2012, 2013. So I was managing Mavuso Sports Cafe, and we did have comedy nights once in a while. And at some point we hosted Kiani. That's way before so we've been doing comedy shows way before LOL.
But
but now LOL, the good thing about it is that unveil a wider pool of just people, because people should understand some of these talent search competitions are not just about the winner, but are about unveiling the rest. Now these are idols. The people that usually make it afterwards are not the people that eventually
true.
So out of the Rhymes and Laughter, we were able to then make comedy like a talk of the town.
Exactly.
And today we have brands like Bontura that are really trotting as we speak.
That was actually
preparing for a show to Botswana. He's been doing his own shows, Music and Comedy Factory. He's been doing Emma Comedy Thursdays at Mfuleni. And last night we had some of Emma products, Kem Dura now, who has been given a base yeah, ukuthi asebenze by lama concept. But now we didn't wait for someone else to think.
Yeah.
But we and what can we do? And then we made it happen. And it didn't make money for us. But we had impact. One hell of a good time.
Look at the impact.
And if you try to do like how you find yourself isolated, but I do agree with that. We shouldn't focus on the negativity. But again, we can't rule out the fact that like
I think I'd love to have a private conversation with Muslim. Yeah. I think I'd love to sit down and have maybe. She sounds like she has really been hit hard by the industry.
Yeah,
so is it a she or
okay, I skipped one. I'll go back to it. Sonke when our own shows. Maybe me and you can manage to do our own shows, but what about those that need an opportunity from people like you and find it difficult? Meaning, if Eswatini being a small country is capable to do great in this industry if we can unite. It's possible because the in this industry.
Oh, well, yes, the pulling from different directions usually doesn't yield the best results. But at the same time, I think we are even see these are the solutions moving forward. And like I said, I think I'd love to have a private conversation. Because maybe I'm just ignoring it yet. It's really there. Because then and I am proud to say I'm one of the people that have the passion for identifying, nurturing, developing, and then celebrating talent. In the sense that some of the people that I work with today are people that at some point were just people that were asking for a slot to perform, asking for a chance to perform. And now eventually there's potential of growth, and now where you feel like, okay, let me pull my energy as my energies with this person and see what will you up. But at the same time, kuphinza kube ne-issue lekhona ye-sense of entitlement that has been hitting us hard as artists. For a long time, I have been one of the people that were saying so and so is not doing anything for the arts industry. So and so is not doing anything for the arts industry. Until someone asked me, okay, yes, but what have you done for yourself? Because that's another important thing. Then there's a number 3. We need to embrace the fact that if we are in this for business, then we need to invest in it.
Yeah.
There's no business that will exist without you investing in it. So the moment we keep on, I do not think umela ukuthi kude Ministry of Commerce ifike na imali yokuthi uqophe amaswiti bese uyaqala. Lothengisa airtime akameli ukuthi kude MTN afika athi na airtime ndakubukisa le yamahala yaqala uqale le business uchubeke. But you need to hustle your way through those things. You need to find a way how do you make it happen, kickstart it, so that when you make the noise, I believe I am better positioned to say, hey, Vile, you are not doing anything for the arts industry. Because when you ask me, now we are not doing anything. When I went there, I have so much to point. Because this is what we have done for ourselves. And some of these things are because of your authority. So, but before we get to blaming people, as companies, what can we do on our own without having anyone else help us?
It's actually an interesting point to drive across as well, because most people never understand as well. We've moved from an era whereby you come up with a business plan, if I'm not mistaken. Now you come up with a prototype. This is what I've done. It's something that's actually functioning, and then you're in a better position to actually have a conversation. I feel like people always wait for something to happen, or they pitch like a grand idea and expect like buy-in without previous history per se afterward.
But also, I'm full of sounding at I'm saying we do not need other people to get somewhere. Yes, we do need other people, but at the moment it's okay because people are not really coming to the party. But then sit down and think, how do I maneuver my way to get where I want to?
Okay, so now my name is Zambani.
Okay.
We have another one from CSA Mamba. Kulagan Angel degree we are So Lana, me and a few Swazi Sakala an entertainment brand called Team Swazi Cyprus.
And I've actually been seeing
and it's growing as time goes, but eating work a week. I'm guessing you need advice there.
Yeah, which brings us to another thing that like for a long time, I in this mindset here, we'll say I want to contribute in the arts development in the country. I was practically getting involved with anyone and everyone. Vile is doing something and we are figure okay, we go through with it. But one of the decisions I made this year was to narrow down my circles. Why? Because it's not everyone that has the same vision as you, number one. It's not everyone folks that will pull in the same energy as you, number two. Number three, indlela lesisebenta ngayo will feed from each other's energies. Nangabe I'm not getting enough energy from you, effort because I feel like at the end of it all, we may just benefit stronger from this, but we are not pulling in the same power. Now, choosing the kind of people that you work with and identifying their strengths. Do not count on something based on what you have told someone to do, but count on something based on someone's strength. Well, it's okay. At Platinum, we have a host of other people. People out there see them as just artists that get on stage and perform, but they do not understand that those people also get involved in the behind the scenes work. Denzel does amazing graphics. Whenever we need any graphics done at Platinum, Denzel will handle that beyond just him being on stage. But because at this moment we are building this empire, we are going to logo Denzel. KDS is one of the best concept development resources. Like you sit down with him, you discuss something, we are doing something solid. And I do sound. We are all resources now. We know what to expect from low, what to expect from lower. Then so gets their roles here forward. But now I just see come through a seven strength sake. So it's important to choose your team and then try to focus. The common objective.
Okay, so we've got one from King Shanga here. He's like DJ, never buy music. They copy on flash drives. Do you buy music?
Yes, I do buy music, and one of the things they're proud of is that I have a collection of lots of, especially Swazi music. I've got a collection of CDs in the house, some signed, some not. Yeah, but I usually try and buy music. And music, you do not really need to buy the whole album. You just buy the songs that you want, and that's more like it. But also another thing interesting about it. Yeah, some people don't even know what's this MTN Play, where you can actually go there and like access a whole lot of.
Then you feel like you say,
fingertips,
and you're good.
But another thing that is interesting about being a DJ as well is that sometimes before you even feel the need to buy the music, some people feel the need to actually share their music with you. If you've made your name, people will want to share their stuff with you. I'm one of those people that are privileged with some of the SA artists will email me links to their music as soon as they are done with it. Some will even ask, hey, what do you think of this? Hey, bruh, please share this, pump this. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So it's one of those privileges, but it doesn't really then stop us from actually going.
Can I read this last one on Instagram? There is no fair rule in the industry. Buying a talent, Babua ukuthi umfana wabani, that's why you won't go far. Okay, last one from CSA member before you respond to that one. Also, how I wish these guys were watching this. Thank you, Angel, for advice. We'll be seeing you soon.
Kule issue yokuthi abantu abayi nge-talent nani angiyi-talent. I mean, that's one of the things. Beyond the talent, I look at the possibility of sebenzisana nalo flow before I can engage anyone, because I can engage you, let's say the talent yakho, but what value are you going to bring beyond just the talent? Because nyalo, I do not want to work with you just to pay you and go back, but I want to work with you because I also have to gain something out of it. Yes, also but what image am I painting for myself as well? Then, hence, I emphasize the talent because people never pay for talent; they pay for brands, and brands are actually built. You cannot wake up today and be a big brand. So concentrate on building the brand and make sure your talent sustains the brand value. Good.
Three partners. Well, sorry, obviously. We're going to go through these last three questions quick. Top 5 artists locally and internationally.
Top 5 artists locally. The Sense, there's Courtesy of Hip Hop, there's Mosaic the producer, there's Amanda Moore, there's there's Nomzamo. How can I forget this one? Yeah. Internationally.
I have a feeling you know one of them. I'm not going to say the name, but I think everyone knows it.
Black Coffee. Black Coffee, obviously, internationally. Okay. Also, I didn't mention beyond just being on stage and playing the music. I enjoy soul and jazz music in my own space. So I'm a huge fan of soul and jazz. So I follow a lot of the soul.
Actually, if you discover two things, the gospel, apparently. I would have guessed that one.
Yeah. I actually used to manage a gospel group, Matsapo Gospel Messengers.
Oh.
Yes, for years we had I think 4 albums that I worked with them together. Gospel music, it's 17 in the day. Internationally, we've got Black Coffee.
Yes,
I'm a huge fan of Cam. Cam, I believe he's one of the most amazing talented. And there's another underrated guy. He's from South Africa. A friend of mine, obviously. He's from South Africa, Alexander James. He's one of the vocalists that has been featured in some of Black Coffee's songs. But he also has his own brand on his own way. He's pushing his music. He's featured in songs with Bo, a lot of those SA artists. One talented, amazing vocalist. And then who else? I love People Bryson. People Bryson, James and Prem. Another friend of mine, Zano. One amazing vocalist. And then Kunabo Lira. And Zonke.
That is a plan, just that album. And for some reason, Young Lad missed. But anyway, we've obviously get that you shifting to some degree on the whole focusing on DJing and the nice of building the whole branded platinum concerts. But obviously, what shows or festivals, I guess, top 3, either both locally or internationally, do you feel like you'd like to do if ever you then delve back into that whole 1s and 2 situation? And
on both aspects as a DJ and as a company.
Okay, I am excited to also be involved in in one of the sub-committees at Bushfire, which is basically the Arts Roundtable Committee. So I feel like Bushfire is one of those that have actually set the standard, not just for Swaziland, but for Africa as a whole. So it's one of those festivals. Funny enough, as much as I happen to work in one of the committees, I've been a stage manager there as well for a amphitheater stage and stuff, but I've never really played on bushfire stage. No, I've never
But
played
you've
on
actually
bushfire
had
stage.
a huge role in also.
Instead,
Yeah.
I've had artists or I've had DJs that I was working with. At some point, we managed to get a slot for DJ Master P. At some point, I was working with Nomzamo, Zaza, and we managed to work with her while she actually performed. So then there's also Spring Fiesta, brah.
I've actually
Spring
seen.
Fiesta, brah.
One has never attended, but it's on the bucket list. I'm still like, this is like, yo, lituation.
Yeah, you need to go there and let go. You need to go there and let go, obviously. Then there's also other festivals, interesting festivals that happen worldwide. I think in Malawi there's what they call Lake of the Stars. It's an interesting festival that I'm hoping to be attending very soon. Yeah. And then
Coachella.
Oh,
that is the pit. It's like, you know what? I've done it.
Yeah. After that, you feel like, no, me grand. So those are some of the festivals that, if I would get the chance to be in them, either to just attend and see, but mostly is wanting to go there to understand how they do what they do.
Of course, yes.
And because every time I go out to an event, it's not just to watch and enjoy. And this thing has actually messed me up. Like half the time I don't enjoy being in an event because it comes with what they haven't done right, what they could have done better, and stuff, instead of sitting there and just enjoying. So sometimes you want to go out and actually like what they do.
It actually helps. Like the whole traveling fast. Like that has always been how I guess industries have improved. Like the whole movement, the current music scene, and what's this K-pop? Huh? It's a fusion of different sounds that those artists are getting upwards of millions of views, and just you don't understand what's going on. You are not understanding what they're saying, but it's flames. And you find so
and one of the things as a DJ that I actually happened to be privileged to attend back in 2011, bruh. Imagine back in 2011 in Devon, Moses Mapiko Stadium, Black Coffee did the Africa Rising, where he played for the very first time with a full orchestra band.
I remember.
The lighting was crazy, the screens, the production was crazy. The people attended. Like in my heart, I felt like if I were to do a one-man show, I would want something
and that's
similar
the beauty of it, like live instruments and that's it.
So 8 years later, I still feel like if I were to do a one-man show, that would be my reference point for it.
Okay.
So
that's actually that shook me back. Like I remember seeing that for the first time. Like, yo, I can recall the feeling you had throughout the just bliss.
Right, it was something else. Imagine being there and even having the privilege of being backstage. Understanding everything, because I went there a day before and I was there when they were doing everything and stuff. Like seeing everything rolling out and like the way it was so amazing. It was like, what the hell is going on here? And now when I got because I was also privileged to go see. I was one of the first people to get the DVD straight from him, from the man himself or something. I think we were traveling to Simonia Fan Fair. Simonia Fan Fair. And
this is
when we got there, I got into the room, laptop. I don't usually enjoy watching, especially something that has musicals involved on musical code. We will have a laptop because the sound I used, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait.
There's a genuine last but not least, obviously parting words, some advice for I guess, the youth of the Swatini as well, and what can we expect from both Cardi B and Platinum Concerts?
One of the biggest advice that I would give to a youth of the Swatini is to take advantage of the past contracts.
Oh, that's
Ah,
it.
hey,
You
yaphila
know the plan.
Yaphila lapha.
And we're not
It's funny,
biased
it's
on
funny,
this.
it's funny how half the time when you actually get to sit down with people and tell them the packages that are involved in our part, they get so amazed. I have a friend who was very old. He's on contract from work and stuff, but every time he ends up signing contract like SM17, he without fail buys pounds bundles.
And this Pulse Pro as well for
Yeah. Okay, beyond that, remember it's *155 *4# to join the movement. But beyond that, I'd go back to what I said earlier. There's nothing that beats being you. No one can be better at being you than you. So be you and go beyond just being you and be the best you.
Right.
Find your passion, get in touch with yourself, find your passion, follow it. If you have a dream, chase it.
And anything to look out for? You mentioned an album as well.
Things to look out for from Cardi B. Uncle Cardi is a single before the end of this year.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's not just one. Might be dropping 2 songs. Uncle Cardi, I'm working with an amazing producer, NKO. It's the guy that I'll be working with on this one. And then also from the Platinum side, people should look forward to Denzel's singing, which should be released anytime from now. It's almost done, but we just want to make sure that by the time it gets to the people, it's something that we are proud of, something that we can even listen to 10 years from now and say, this is what we did in 2019. And also look out for Unleashed, the album from Courtesy of Hip Hop, also at the Platinum Concerts. And look out for Unleashed, the book from Courtesy of Hip Hop also. What else to look out for? More shows, more fun. And we will soon be launching season 4 of the Rhymes and Laughter. And it's going to be nothing but
fire. That's been good.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
It's behind the scenes.
But it's nice. I'm not so much of a fan of live interviews. I don't like things that I cannot really know what to expect.
Oh yeah, that's good. But that's a
Yeah, but it is interesting. It's so much fun.
Point.
Good.
Yeah, we almost good.